What's up, guys? Welcome back to TK Experience. Today we're going to be talking about something very beneficial for all age groups across, right? Today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn, the whys, the hows, and the whats. So we'll let Tom start off with that, and yeah, just listen up and take as much advice as you can.
So what is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is basically the Instagram version of the business professional world. It's where you can connect with others, you can post different accomplishments and achievements, and you can reach out to different companies, and you can reach out to people that work at companies to try to get your foot in the door for different job opportunities. And it's just a way to expand your network.
Yeah. And speaking of network, that's one of the beautiful things about LinkedIn. It allows you to expand your network organically and very quickly. So part of expanding your network is you can connect with people. You can go out there and send them connections, just find their names, and it actually gives you a list of all the connections you can possibly make, depending on who you connect with and all that stuff. So that's very important, Tom. Like you've always said, your network is your net worth. So
it's all about who you know, especially. For most parts, for job interviews, you have to know somebody in the company to really get the interview and or get the job.
For a big job at least, right? Yeah.
Yes, for sure. I know it specifically for my dad. He's got around 2,000 plus connections, and he's had a couple different jobs over the past year, and it's all about who you know. So I've seen it firsthand, especially with my dad. And the one advice I would give to all the viewers out there, just download the app. Download the app, create an account, put some of your awards, whatever you're proud of, and give a description of yourself, and just market yourself to different. You never know who could stumble across your profile.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. And the other thing is, like we've talked about before, it all comes down to incremental steps, right? Looking at the app, downloading the app. Even if you don't start the same day, but the fact that you're making one progressive step is very important. And to break it down even more with the network thing, it's about who you know. Think about it this way, right? We're university students, right? And let's say we have an issue with a class, but we know this professor. This professor knows someone we know on the other team, right? So they're familiar with who we are, where we're from. If we present an issue to them or present a solution to them, they may be more inclined to help us out or inclined to, look into a few doors because they know us and what we're from. But if we're just the average student that doesn't talk, that doesn't do this, that doesn't do that, that doesn't make a willing effort. And that's the other thing too, Tom. While you're building your network, you still have to give value, right? If I have a LinkedIn account and I never make one post, I could connect all I want, but what can they know about me? You know what I mean? So it's just one way to think about it. Think about the stuff you do in life and the things you request and ask for on a daily basis. A lot of times it's who you know that you're asking for and getting help from.
So I actually did my first post recently for LinkedIn, and it was all about explaining about what we did with Project 50. I got some NIL deals, and I showed how many views and stuff I got. And that LinkedIn post has 2,200 impressions.
It's a lot.
You have no idea who could have actually seen that, and or maybe, put it down in their notes, like from somebody that I know from who I caddy with. Yeah. He commented on it. He's a CFO of a company. You never know who can see your post, and you can provide value to people. They can look at that post and be like, wow, he's a hardworking kid. He stepped out of his comfort zone, and that's something I'm really looking for at my company.
Yeah, and speaking of comfort zones, another thing LinkedIn does is it provides you the opportunity to conceptualize and put out your own ideas, likes, and interests. You kind of test it out with the world, because I know there may be some times where you may feel like you want to do something and it may not be beneficial. You may think people may not like it, but if it's something you like and you want to pursue, then why not just put it out there, get it online, and see what it could do, right? For example, with Project 50, we put our stuff out there. You put the stats you've made from TikTok and all those different things, the great things we've done all this semester. He put that out there. Not everyone is going to like it. Maybe someone else that introduced is into tech or whatever the case may be, but the point is, it allows you to market yourself and promote yourself in a great way, and it allows other people to see what you're doing. And I mean, the guys like him, CFO and CEOs and stuff like that, they love young people with ambition, determination, and an aim to go forward and hit the target. So I think that's very imperative.
So Kress, 2 weeks ago, since we got back from break, I challenged everyone in our group chat for our senior class for the soccer team. So there's around 5 of us. I challenged everyone. I said, I want you guys to all download LinkedIn. I want you to build a profile. I want you to start expanding your network. And we're now a week and a half past. I'm now sitting at currently around 640 connections. I've been working very hard on it, and Kress has grown tremendously. He started off as 0 not that long ago, and now he's already at 200 plus.
Yeah.
We're still working on our other 3 guys, but 2 of them have a profile. We're still working on 1. So I would just suggest to everyone, just download it. It's not going to hurt you. There's no downside to having a LinkedIn. If anything, it's just an upside.
Yeah, and to add on to that as well, the thing we have to realize is, for example, my goal and Tom's goal and another class's goal is different, right? Tom's at 500, 600 plus connections, about to be at 700. So his game plan is slightly different from mine, right? Another thing too is with our other classes, okay, fine. Knowing about LinkedIn, okay, I saw it, okay, that's one step. And then, like you said, one of our teammates downloaded it. That's a very big step. And then making an account. It's all about the incremental steps. Understand that, and I also knew that within myself that I wasn't going to be at 500 connections that quickly, but I can still try and do my thing. And then here I am, fast forward. I mean, just under 2 weeks ago, for sure, I was at just about 44, 20-something connections, and now I've grown that over 100%. So I think it's just understanding and having the humility to just take baby steps. You know, another thing, too, is you can, like we said, you can work and just slowly tweak your LinkedIn each time. And so I think, what do you have to lose? I mean, honestly, you've seen the things we have done, things we have shared. It's all because we just decided to try it out and, just give it a fair shot.
So we give some good information about LinkedIn so far. So let's say you downloaded it. You made a profile. What's your next step?
Good question.
So this is how I organically grew my account. I searched up, first of all, my high school. You have to make sure you put your high school in there, and I put in my college info. Then LinkedIn will give you certain suggestions on who to connect with based on where you went to school, where you went to job, your work experience in your high school. Then you just start sending out connections. First of all, to people that you know especially, and then if you have mutual connections to people, just start sending out a bunch. You never know who could actually, change your life. Yeah. I do this little activity with Kresstoph all the time. I scroll through all my connections and I say, Kress, tell me when to say stop. Stop. Then we just look at that person's account to see if it can benefit us. So let's say, for example, it's just, it's a student at Westchester. They're an accounting major. Maybe you're a coworker. I'm a dual major. I'm a finance and accounting major. Maybe we could run into each other in a company in the future. So
or internships at the same place too.
You're 100% right. And so you never know who could actually come across and could change your life.
Yeah, and it's absolutely true. It really is, because that in itself could start a friendship. Or like you mentioned, that person may have gotten a job request or an interview request. And he's like, oh wait, I connected with this guy. I see what this guy is doing. Oh, yo, here, check this out. They actually need more people, including me as well. So yeah, it's very important to start local, because the more you can build it from the ground up organically, it's definitely important. And secondly too, is just when you really think about it, right? The world is going virtually. Attention is a new currency. Like, you having a digital life, so to speak, is somewhat important. Like, we can't argue that it's not important in this day and age in 2022. So I think it's important to just remember that and just really understand that this could be another part of your social media app. If you treat it like that, just go down, connect, follow, and then what do you have to lose? Like you said, you can put your own accomplishments, your own likes, and all that stuff,
So what also is beneficial about LinkedIn is how you can reach out to old friends that you haven't talked to in a while. For example, Jared Wills. He was my good friend from high school. We kind of fell apart. He moved out west to Idaho. I connected with him on LinkedIn. We started chatting a little bit, just catching up. And that's one thing that I think when we're transitioning out of college into the real world, a lot of the people that you talk to, you're gonna fall apart. You're not gonna really stay connected, because life gets the real world gets in the way of things.
The real world.
So LinkedIn is a good way to just it's almost like an Instagram, as you said, but just in the professional sense.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to just connect with people, have different job opportunities, and it's all for free. There's no reason not to do it.
Yeah, and think about it this way too. It's because it's really all about sometimes how you conceptualize and really kind of form things of an idea, right? Okay, let's say your friend's in Idaho, right? Jersey in Idaho. Let's say you want to move to Idaho. You have a job or internship there. You could post, hey, I just got my new job. I'm thankful, this and that. And then maybe by default, he sees you because you're connected with him. Oh yeah, bro, this place is having a problem. Like, you never know what that connection may lead to and how they may help you out in the near future. And he's 100% right. I mean, we're going to have friends. We're going to have all these different types of peers. But, I mean, not everyone's your friend. It's more acquaintances. And not everyone is going to be there every step of the way, which is another reason why you maintain networks, right? And then having that LinkedIn. Because even though someone may not be your friend, through LinkedIn, we understand that if we're connected, there's some way we could benefit each other and help each other out. Plus, I mean, I know you and I mean, if we can help someone, even if we don't see a benefit for us, we're going to still help just because we can help them. You know what I mean? So it's just everything we have done. Why not? What do we have to lose? And it's proven us tremendously awesome thus far, Tom.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. Mm-hmm. There's one thing I would suggest to anyone too with starting LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. Linktree, we use that for our Instagram bios. It's where it's just one link and you can attach so many different things. You can attach your personal Instagram, your LinkedIn, you can attach your resume, you can attach your TikTok, YouTube, podcast. That's one thing that's just a little bit of a second step after you get your basic account info and stuff for LinkedIn. But that's one thing I would really suggest people look into. And if you need to look in the description of our podcast right now and just take a look at it. Maybe you can find some value from it. Yeah,
and if you do go to Westchester University and you're actually considering this, you thought this video was valuable, then, I mean, like you said, our LinkedIn is there, our contacts is there. If you want to contact us and look for help, we're more than happy to help you out, see what can happen, because you never know. You really never know what can happen, and it's always, if you can help someone, it's always going to help someone. So that's
yeah. So I hope you guys found some valuable information from this. And as Kress said, reach out to us. All of our socials are in the description. You even drop a comment, we'll respond. We're here to try to help you guys gain some information and set yourself up for the future.
Yeah, because the whole point is, guys, we're all gonna graduate, right? We're all gonna go into the real world. Why not help each other build a ladder and keep going up and up and up? Why should I just do everything by myself just because if you and I work together and then you and I work together, it could be much easier. We could benefit, we could do this, we could do that. We could buy a property together, we could do this. You know what I'm saying? It's just much easier to be a network, and we just have to break into that and understand that, because your network is your net worth, and the more people you know, the more friendships and network you can maintain, it'll only benefit you in the future, 100%.
Yeah, so I really hope you guys download LinkedIn and send us a connection. Our LinkedIns are in our link trees.
Yeah, guys, thanks again. We appreciate it as always. TK Experience here.